1990 Rolls-Royce Owners Club National Meet is being held in this hotel in Troy, Michigan. An early event is this technical seminar conducted by Derek Dutoit. And here's his old Ghost alongside of it. Here they are again.
He always has a few parts left over. He has lots to spare.
An early arrival is this beautiful 1911 Ghost belonging to Millard Newman. Another view. And here's a bit of the engine.
Well, it looked real pretty and clean at Camp last year. It doesn't look so clean right now.
Don't have to be real tight.
And here's a bit of the interior of the back.
Okay. Stupid question, right?
Newly upholstered. Here we see the engine running. On this car are most unusual. As is this caning effect. Early this morning, registration starts. And goodie bags are handed out. The first event is to take a tour to Frankenmuth. Here are some of the cars lined up. Going to ride in this one with Howard Green. Waiting for starting time. En route, we stopped for a few minutes for a head count to see that everybody got on the road properly and made it. Our first stop in the Frankenmuth area is Bronner's, which is reportedly the largest dispenser and cellar. Return to the parking lot in our cars, including this Interloper, a 1948 Cadillac. Quite naturally, on the way home, we stop at a big shopping area so the ladies can spend some money. One wonders how many factories some of these companies have to have factory stores all over the place. And so we leave. Back in Troy, we find a seminar going on.
Oh, hello, Harry. Hi, Harry.
Well, here's some work being done. It seems so many men working on one engine. car belongs to Hud Fowler, here in Cleveland area. Nice car. The proud intake manifold is now being refitted to the car, but it is one that has several leaks in it that will have to be repaired eventually. At the moment they have some tape on them. A few more cars have arrived. And with this shot of a very tenderly cared for car, I end my videotaping for the day. Today we're going to visit Dearborn Village and the Ford Museum. The cars have arrived in the parking lot. The White House carriage. The famous old DeWitt Clinton. And next to it is a 600-ton Lima locomotive. Quite a monster. It's an old Star station wagon, which was built by W.C. Durant. Harold Kraft had one of these. He lived in Oyster Bay. 1509 Ford Model T. No front doors, no windshield. Rolls-Royce belonged to J.P. Morgan. A 1910 Ford Racer. A 1919 Curtiss flying boat. A Jenny. An Oldsmobile display chassis. All time to eat. And here's Everett Falls. Mary White and Doug White. Now we're back to the cars. Here's a Lincoln Zephyr and a Accord. And here is a Brewster, built by the Brewster Body people in Long Island City. Has an oval radiator. And a very fine Chrysler. And here we see a replica of Stephenson's rocket. Now we're going to visit Greenfield Village. And here we are inside Greenfield Village. This is Edsel Ford's workshop. Henry Ford built his first car in this building. And this is one of the first plants. The interior of the plant.
This is probably...
These buildings pertain to Ford's friend Thomas Edison. The interior. Many factories had these shaft and belt drives. Sarah Jordan's boarding house. A covered bridge that Henry Ford brought here.
Look at the toll prices.
These are the tolls that were charged to cross the Merrimack River between 1828 and 1868. Looking back from the covered bridge. Building is a Susquehanna plantation building, and beyond it is a Cape Cod windmill. This is the Secretary Pearson house. I want you to note the fan light in the peak. Another view of the Susquehanna plantation. Mr. Ford brought this Cotswold cottage back, brick by brick, and reconstructed it here. Another view. A shot of the Cape Cod windmill.
I think that's a
Mode of transportation in Greenfield Village. This is a blacksmith shop. Horse-drawn bus on the return trip. Erroneously, I called this the Secretary Pearson house. It is the Noah Webster house. Luther Burbank's birthplace. Another view of the Burbank house, very nicely proportioned. McGuffey School. And there's a steamboat here. Stern Wheeler. Well, here comes the stern wheeler. Puffing away.
He's swinging it awful wide now. He's going up to the dock.
The Martha Mary Chapel.
With the big stomach gonna stop right in the middle of the picture.
The Eagle Tavern, which apparently serves very fine food. John Bennett's store. Figures. Well, Greenfield Village has a train, a steam train. And so we say goodbye to Greenfield Village. Today we're having a gymkhana to check the efficiency of the drivers. Here is the audience. Here's one of the cars going the route.
Okay, here's the real coordination.
No, but if you break the egg with the 30-second penalty,
He's letting some rope out
it's
there.
better to slow down to real slow than take the 50-second.
I'm not sure exactly what he's supposed to be doing.
It looks easy on paper. Great run. Okay, now to the Derby Garage. From that point, you go straight to the garage.
Yeah, but it's time. Driving sunset.
Another one.
And there goes Diamond Doug's shoebox.
And he has to pick up an egg at the end of a rope, go around in a circle.
You cannot stand up in that car. Stay seated. You're looking good so far.
And he has to put the egg back and not have broken it.
Need good communications out there. Clip it and take off. You need that 30 points when you get to that dartboard. Yep, you flipped it out of the bag.
Now he goes to the Derby Garage, where they both receive caps. Then he backs out, and he drives through a number of gates.
Strategy is now. Made that one perfect. You lose one. You lost one. Lost one there. And through there. Good. There we go.
And then they come in here,
Okay, Smokey. Let's see what you do with the girl.
and he picks up
Remember, Smokey, your mother's watching.
a doll from his car and exchanges it for the one in this.
Remember how she
box.
told you to cute young ladies.
They put it upside down. That doesn't lose any points.
Okay.
Backs up.
Now you need that 30 points down there, believe me.
He's got to go up and throw a dart. He did it. Then he comes
Did
and
you get it?
has to burst balloons. There's one. There's another one.
Okay, clear up.
Now he has to drink water here.
Okay, now we need the communication. Good communication here.
Then he comes to the finish line,
He's going to tell you when to stop.
and he's got to stop and cover up a line. And that's it. Starting. He has to go up to the egg. He's taking the egg off the post. The egg is in a pouch, incidentally. Then he has to go all the way around.
Title's writing on that egg right there. Good thing the navigator's got long arms. Don't get jingling, they'll pop out of that bag.
Now he has to put it back on the post, unbroken.
You drop it, you bought it. Head for the Derby garage. All right.
Now he goes up and gets his 2 caps.
Put your Derby hats on.
Back up. Now he's going to go through the gates. The gates are
Okay, here he
paper
goes
cups
around the
standing
first
on
tire. Let's see what
end.
his strategy is going to be. He can almost see his wheels.
There he goes.
Perfect gate, good one. Okay.
Now he has to do the other wheel. Very good.
Oh, you bought that one.
Now here's the last gate. Then he comes over here.
Here we go, right for the teachings of Gardettes.
And he has to run and change the dolls, you see. And it doesn't matter if it's upside down.
We're showing this film tonight at the Cranbrook.
Now they go up and have to hit a duck. He just knocked over one of those stanchions.
Okay, here you can pick up 30 seconds to redeem your pre-war team. Well, I don't think you got 30. 5 maybe.
Now he comes down and punctures the balloons.
Hit the balloons, not Betty Bentley.
All right.
Navigator side to the table.
Now he has to drink.
Okay, get out and guzzle that down.
I tell you.
Okay, clear the finish line. Clear the finish line. Okay, timer. The driver must say stop. It's the driver's responsibility.
He has to put it on a black line, the rear wheels.
Okay.
Full of this around, but the car used to belong to Mitch McGidd of Tennessee.
Well, we got two. Oh, you got the one you aimed for. Okay, Loopy. You're on. And she's coming around the quarter mile up to the final straight. Here she comes down the finish line. She's got, whoop, there she goes. Here she's coming. I think she's been...
And car coming through the balloons. And now the drinking bit.
Drinker Loopy is here.
Now we're going to see a P3 come through this gate. Notice how he does it? And he has to come over here. That's to, oh, he hit that one.
You got the one you aimed for.
Now let's see what he does. Oh,
You got that other one.
he's not going to be scoring too well here. That looks pretty good. Okay. This is the car that had the best time. Back in the garage area, work goes on. Washing and polishing. And mechanical work. This is Millard Newman's car. And Joe Losi is relaxing a little bit in his car. One of our members makes these vehicles, and he brought this one over. Also this armored amphibious personnel carrier. Bakshivi is polishing his beautiful Bentley. Doug White is polishing the carburetor of Rudy Rosales. There he is. Or at least his back. And here's Rudy himself.
He had too much fun again.
More work in progress. Being done on a windshield washer tank. There's another hood up. And this is a nice green. The English call it Sherwood Forest green, but it looks very much like what we call a Brewster green. Has one of the nicest and most complete tool cases in the rear. A very nice P2 drop-head coupe. And it's being worked on, of course. Polishing. A pretty Bentley. And I want you to notice the fender. How Rudy is working on his own car.
How you doing, Rudy?
Just fine. This is a thankless job.
Dick Lorenzen is working on his 2025. He's from Nebraska.
Coming close though, right?
Here's an interesting license plate. The car itself has been polished all week. It must have at least 6 or 7 coats of a glaze. As has this car. And here I'm going to stop for the afternoon. Today will be the judging day at Meadowbrook, the old Dodge estate. Here are some of the cars. And there are more over there. The cars in this circle are Silver Ghosts. A 1926 Pall Mall Tourer. And here is its engine. A 1921 Windsor. Another View. This 1921 chassis belongs to James Harris of London, Ontario. A 1922 Oxford Tourer. This 1914 with a Wilkinson body and belonging to Ed Swearinger is one of the finer cars. Here is its horn. To put on a trunk and trunk rack, Mr. Swearinger treated his gasoline pipe thusly. It's the bulb horn. He has his klaxon. A 1910 Mulliner balloon roadster. Headlights. And the radiator cap. And Helen Blake. Another 1911 balloon roadster. This one belongs to Joe Losey. Its front end. And notice the small horn down here.
Can't afford to. Try to get further away as it is.
Trophy.
Here's the driving compartment. Notice the caning.
If you are interested in
A side light.
Trophy is awarded
This 1911 Rondelette
If your car is on the
belongs
field
to a Millard
and going to
Newman.
be judged today, and you are
And that's Maggie
anticipating
Newman
restoration,
polishing it up.
you might want to apply
A very unusual radiator cap.
Please complete your latest.
Fantastic headlights, as well as unusual side lights. And a mirror, all brass. And a luggage rack. A side view, with Maggie still working on the hood.
We took, when we got it home,
And car, a 1922 Mulliner belonging to Rudy Rosales.
Yes, and Harry.
Here are the judges working on a car. It's a 1925 Brewster Ascot. Very nice. This too is a very nice car. A longer view. Nearby is a field of Bentleys. And the Dodge House makes a fine background. I want you to see these chimneys. Nice Rolls-Royce. It's a 1948 Hooper limousine.
Now, the rules say, although I hate to do it.
Guys, we really need to move along, I think.
A 1925 Bentley. It was built before Rolls-Royce took over the company. Absorbers. Rear view of the car. Here are 3 drop-head Bentleys. This one belongs to Jack Sheevey. And there he is. A front view of Sheevey's beautiful car. 1934, 2025 Man Edgerton limousine comes all the way from Lincoln, Nebraska. Here is Duncan Bull's P2. This is the one you saw being polished in an infinite manner. A very fine car. Laura Redding's P1. And its short horn klaxon. 1930 Brewster Newmarket, done in two-tone blue. Headlights and radiator. Also in two-tone blue is this 1928 convertible sedan. A 1937 P3. I like this car and its color, especially the green. Another nice P3 is this 1936 Cooper Tourer. I like the body.
Better than it used to be, or better than anybody else?
Head-on view. Bill Davis P3 with Bill working away, polishing it. A 1929 P1, and it has a Fleetwood convertible coupe body on it. Ground is the Dodge House. Nearby are flower gardens. Nick Petrov's P3 with Nick alongside of it. They have some miniature donkeys here. This one is only 3 months old. And we have here a miniature horse.
Attention please. Attention please. Virgil.
I was fascinated by the small horse.
Those are stands. Yeah, they go about 44 inches. Oh, okay.
It's very easy for our tourists to relax and just chat. Here are some of the more modern cars. (1958) Silver Cloud. A 1966 State Limousine. Here are the newer cars. A nice lineup. I like the green on this Silver Cloud 2. Good color. And this deep maroon is very nice too. This is a good color combination. The Silver Cloud 2 is the only 20 horsepower car here, and it looks as though it has a P1 lady the owner, but I'm told this body is a German body, or at least that the car was in Germany most of its history. A view. Sure that these are the original wheels. They look a little smaller. The lights are a little unusual. This is the front entrance of the Dodge House. It has 23 different chimney flues Every one of them slightly different. Inside the house, I start by going down the stairs to the entertainment section. Down here they have some nice paintings. This almost looks like a Turner. A very nice hall. Quite baronial.
Chest pawn design for the counterweight. A telephone is hidden in the wall to the right of the doorway. Also, a wash basin closet is built in 1915 for John Dante.
I think this clock is quite a gem. The dining room of the house is now used as a small restaurant for the general public. In the dining room is this Joshua Reynolds. And this is Matilda Dodge Wilson, who was the builder of this house. At least her money built it. I understand Matilda had quite a bit to do with the designing of the gardens. And here's a view. Vivid red roses. A touch of yellow. Some white with pink centers. Now look at the size of this. There are the beautiful Rolls-Royces. And here's the line for lunch. It runs all around in a circle. Almost 360 degrees. Rosales, I think. No, it might be Mikey Doolittle, Mary White, and Myrmy Carga. It's one of our littlest tourists. Isn't she something now? I'll tell you. The old gentleman is Sam Girdler from the West Coast. This is Ken Carga. He's an old-timer in the Rolls-Royce field. Here's Jack Sheevey with Bob Jefferson Jr. This is Bob down the top on Jack's beautiful Bentley. And Bloor Redding.
Come to the Judges' Terrace. George
Davis, holding court. Lopez. I just want to take your picture.
Why, thank you. I appreciate it.
Straight. This is Elaine Rosales. And over here is Mikey Doolittle. Bill Cook.
Doug
Looking at
Presto.
a car.
Doug Presto, please come to the terrace.
I've come to Rosales' car. Rudy has just lifted his hood. See George Doolittle, Joe Losey, and then Millard Newman.
Get a couple more. I don't know. Rudy.
Nelson is with us. Tourist.
At 3 o'clock. The club stores.
Sound asleep.
Club stores.
The gentleman with the hat is Jim Stroman of Texas. He comes on many, many tours.
Yeah.
Bert Pauls. Bert has his hands on the Swearingen engine, which is a beauty.
Jack Frost Trophy. The balance must be.
Looking again at the house, I want you to see the different chimneys. Here's one. Another. Then there. And here. And here are several. We're having a little demonstration by the state troopers.
John Love. Evaluate your car. Please come to your car.
Top has been put down on the Swearingen car, and it's a beauty. The Swearingen car has been taken for a little spin, and here it comes back. A beauty.
Bring it back up right here. And that's what you do. You fluff it.
To Roy Wild, Mr. Dennison, Mr. Jefferson, judging Terrace to see.
Do not have one-man tops. It takes about 4 to do this job. Millard Newman's car is going to be taken on the road to see if it's the most silent silver ghost. Very elegant car.
I know this next right away.
Millard Newman's car back. What an elegant car.
Butch Murphy 3, would you come to the terrace? Butch Murphy 3, would you come to the terrace? Deneen Stafford, would you come to the terrace, please? Deneen Stafford.
A couple of judges working over their sheets.
I don't have to go to New York.
It is almost time to leave Meadowbrook. All the judging has been done. And tonight at the banquet, there will be awards. Tonight we're having a cocktail party and the final banquet. Here is the party. Another view. And here is an overall view of the banquet as it starts. Still another view. The banquet is underway. As you can see, we're progressing, and also the decibel level is up quite a bit. The dessert tonight is a miniature car. Here it is. My table. Hostess is Mary White. Right over here. Well, the banquet progresses. Now we're coming to the speech part of this dinner, and the awards part will follow these speeches, but I think that they being quite tedious to video, I shall wait until we have a drive-by, and then you will know all about the awards as the cars come floating past you.
Encourage and share. I made a Richard, he should be very happy. Thank you. Way to go, guys.
The drive-by is going to start very soon. Here is a table full of trophies.
Hugh makes parts, he restores engines and cars, and he tours with his cars. Following the Silver Ghost, in the show owned by club past president Bloor Redding and driven by Bloor's son Bloor, also a member of the club. A fine example of the early British Phantom One. Silence. Owned by Duncan Bull. This is a restoration which was begun by Ray Gentile some 10 or 12 years ago. It is Ray, who is a member of the Rolls-Royce Owners Club and was the author of one of the very fine Dalton Watson books, The Phantom II Continental. Beautiful car. Again, noted silence. See the long bonnet, the relatively low coachwork. Very closely coupled style, this one. It's a three-position drop head. Some of these, Owen Sedankis by Gurney Nutting, had fixed with saloon. Chassis number 3, CM92, owned by Matt Sysak. The first owner was a titled Scottishman, a Scot. There were many owners after the first Scottish owner. including Phantom 3 authority Bob Schaffner. This is a fresh restoration from the Mark 6 and R-Type class. An extremely interesting example. This is a 1947 Mark 6 H.J. Mulliner lightweight saloon. Mulliner built a whole series of these saloons, which were developments of a very, very popular and highly respected model from before the war, where they actually patented a method of construction and called it the lightweight saloon. The pre-war ones had plexiglass or perspex panels in the roof, interesting blinds under them. None of the post-war ones did, but they had this lovely semi-razor edge design. We're pleased to have with us from this series Gary Sissel's long wheelbase saloon, 1977. Silver Wraith 2 is what the car was called at that time. Slightly longer than the standard Silver Shadow. Most of these had an Everflex roof, and this one does, although a few did not.
Okay, you guys, here we go, right here.
The chassis number of Gary's car is LRF 31126. 1984 Mulsanne, chassis number SBE 09035, owned by Jeannie and Jack Pfeiffer, our meat chairperson.
Yeah!
God, don't drop that. So pretty. Beautiful.
T-RROC has won with this 1980, I can't tell you. But anyhow, it's a current silver spur. The chassis number is NAG 16200. It is a silver spur, factory-built body, long wheelbase saloon. Bob T-RROC. The beautiful trophy is actually the top portion of a Rolls-Royce radiator.
Dealer or new plate
The Shanes drove the car 2,091 miles from Fort Lauderdale. Actually, no shore in a lovely silver cloud like that, but we're giving them a trophy anyway.
Yeah, they are.
Choice, and is won by this extraordinary 1911 Silver Ghost, chassis 1725, with a landaulet body by the Regent Carriage Company. The car is owned by Maggie and Millard Newman.
Beautiful thing.
This chassis originally came to Millard from Bob Barrymore with a modern, relatively modern, early 20s, two-seater body by one of the American bodybuilders. Millard found this body on a Renault of the same period, restored the body and mounted it on this extraordinary chassis, which Millard has restored with the help of the great Jonathan Harley. 1911 Ghost, landaulet, coachwork by Regent Carriage Company. The body is a landaulet. The rear quarters fold down. And I want you to see the trophy. It was given to us. I'm going to ask Bob Sessions to walk around the car with it after the picture is taken so that you can see it. It's a magnificently made replica of the top tank of the Rolls-Royce radiator with a beautiful flying lady, Silver Ghost. Silent Silver Ghost. The most silent Silver Ghost, and it was won by this superb late Springfield Silver Ghost in 1926. Chassis number is S348RL. It's a Brewster Stratford convertible owned by James Hastings. Magnificent car. chassis, and didn't Brewster build beautiful bodies? Isn't that a beauty? This is interestingly one of the very late Springfield cars with front wheel brakes which were retrofitted and Phantom 1 shutters. I mean, the oldest car at the meet. This is a 1910 Ghost. Chassis number is 1513. It is a car in the style of the H.J. Mulliner balloon roadster as used by Charles Rolls up until his death in 1910. He carried a balloon on the back deck. He was a great balloonist. Now, the Charles Rolls car had a larger engine than the Silver Ghost. It wasn't a 4050, but in fact a 4065. This is a superb replica with lovely painting on the back of the body, owned by Dick Sullivan, who has brought many superb cars to our meet.
It's a fellow limousine.
And the trophy is given to the car, which again, according to a formula, drives the greatest number of miles in the year from meet to meet. The car was won by past president, the trophy was won by past president Jack Sheevey, who is a driver of his cars. He's always driven them, but he drove over 4,000 miles in his car in this past year. It's a 1936 Bentley 4 1/4 windowless drop-head coupe. An extremely interesting car. Interesting molding lines on the body, very handsome fenders, good-looking car with top up or top down. Called the Brace Award.
That's fine. Let me look gun control. Yeah, let me punch Rolls-Royce of Canada. Rolls-Royce of Canada.
This is the Rolls-Royce of Canada Award, which is the award won for the best of prior class firsts within the last 5 years. It's complex, let's tell you again. It's won by the car, which is the best of prior class winners during the last 5 years. It's Duncan Bull's 1958 Silver Cloud 1 Standard Saloon and 201 RY, his Phantom 2 Continental Owen Gurney Nutting Sedanka Coupe. Either Banks or Bob to take a lap around the car with the trophy before we give it to Russ Harrell. Okay. It's a beautiful trophy. It was given to us, I'm telling you about the trophy and then the car. It was given to us by the Rolls-Royce Enthusiast Club. It was made by Garrards, the great London silversmith. It's an extraordinarily beautiful trophy of sterling and walnut and marble, and there's a beautiful silver model of Glenn Palace surrounded by a flying lady. It's given to the car which has been adjudged to be the most elegant, the finest, formal pre-war car at the meet. This car is a Wraith Sedanka DeVille by H.J. Mulliner. It's a 1939. The chassis number is WLB41. Now this car is a beautiful example of a relatively commonly seen formal car in Britain in the late 30s. Lord Montague Trophy is the trophy which we give to the best car brought to us from outside the United States. And this year, the winner is a 1981 Corniche Mulliner Park Ward Drophead Coupe, brought to us from Ontario, Canada, by Lou Bluestone. The chassis number is DAB 01951. The Corniche started life as the Mulliner Park Ward Drophead Coupe on the Silver Shadow as early as 1966. It contains all of the various elements of the coachmaker's trade: leather, lovely woodwork, fine plating, and it's given to the best post-war coach-built car at the meet. And this one is a 1963 Bentley S3 Continental H.J. Mulliner Park Ward Drophead Coupe, owned by Dave Scheibel. The chassis number is BC84XC. The H.J. Mulliner Park Ward Trophy. beautiful car, again, it's very quiet, is won most deservedly by a 1914 Silver Ghost London Edinburgh tourer with a superb replica body by Wilkinson. Chassis number is 36PB. The car is owned and was restored by Ed Swearingen. It's an older Wilkinson body. The car came from Ben Paul Moser in Santa Barbara, long-time, well-known Silver Ghost enthusiast and sometimes dealer. The car was mounted with the body in an indifferent fashion when Ed got it from Moser some years ago. And Ed has completely redone it. Sees to it that the body has fit the chassis, which it does beautifully. It's been completely detailed. The fender is mounted beautifully. And the chassis is as fine a 12-door chassis as one will find. Much beloved late Tony Guerrero, the first vice president of the club for technical services. Tony Guerrero gave this trophy to the club to be awarded for the best personal mechanical restoration. Best personal mechanical restoration. Greatly deserved by Dick Moore for his 1928 Springfield Phantom 1 Murphy convertible sedan. The chassis number is S129RP. 1928 Springfield P1 Murphy convertible sedan. Canada. The Rolls-Royce of America trophy is for the best of the 5 prior years winners of the Guerrero, the Montague, the Shear, and the H.J. Mulliner Park Ward. Do you all remember that? The winner is a 1953 Bentley R-Type Continental, H.J. Mulliner Saloon. The chassis number is BC1LB, Alan Rothschild.
Right here, turn around so you land behind.
We want to get Alan really driving this car. The R-Type Continental is one of the 37 Bentley Mark VI Grobber drop-head coupe. It's a Swiss body, a very lovely Swiss body. 1947. Owned by Dave and Jill Scheibel. Or should I say Jill and Dave Scheibel? Yeah. A Swiss body, French lamps. The Mark VI Bentley. The Royce Memorial Trophy is awarded to the best car of previous Best of Show winners. Previous Best of Show winners, pre-war or post-war. And this magnificent Phantom II is a Phantom II Continental in 1931, Park Ward Saloon, chassis number 60GX, very similar to the prototype Continental. The first P2 Continentals were much like this, very light, very closely coupled sport saloons with extended boots, usually 2 spares mounted on the back. The Phantom II Continental had a 144-inch wheelbase, the standard P2 150-inch wheelbase.
That is the end, my dear viewers, and the crowd is dispersing.